All right, we were all geared up for a super fun 24 hours with the Badge Bros here. Tons of content coming your guys' way. We're gonna bang through two 11-game slates, rapid fire. We're gonna do both NBA and MLB because we got massive prize pools today. And then tomorrow, the T box. 100 days smoke free equals 100K rake free on the platform of the people. Huge NBA contest coming you guys' way in his honor tomorrow. And then he's going to join us to draft it on off and on the clock. So that's going to be awesome. Everything was going so great. We even got a special guest alongside us. Everything just swimmingly. And then our Pirates had to give up 4 runs in the top of the 9th inning and break our hearts. So things can only go up from here, isn't it so?
Let's just focus on the positive. Neumy, what's good, man? long time no see. How was the game yesterday?
Oh, it was electric. It was electric. If anyone following me on Twitter just saw me just, shit posting nonstop. Ohtani did his thing. Just quite literally what I wanted. I said to all of my friends, you guys, fiance, I'm like, I am going for Shohei Ohtani. I am going to watch bets Ohtani and Freeman. And yeah, it was great. Just see 2 doubles that, I've never heard a ball leave a bat louder. Like it was literally a gunshot. Like the guy in the Discord that said just gunshot. Yeah, it just sounded crazy. And then that home run at the end. It was fantastic. I treated myself, got myself a Bomba juice, which is, whatever, just a bunch of
I don't know
fun.
What that is. So what is it?
It's a bunch of fun, just some grenadine, Sprite, some other thing, and then just vodka. It's a cocktail. And
you're
then
a mixed drink and a ball game guy. I like it.
I had to. I was by it's called the Grey Duck. We're Minnesotans, so we do Grey Duck, not Grey Goose. By the Grey Duck bar, and I'm like, I gotta get one. Like I'm rarely here. And then I got some new ballpark food that they offered and stuff like that, which was great. And then those seats, honestly, like it's hilarious. They're just giving them away. They're like, please just come watch our game on a Monday night. Like I know it's the Dodgers, but only $58 for like up like 11 rows. Like,
man, that's how the Rangers were last year. Whenever I would like randomly on a whim, like, yo, like can't do the show or whatever, like going to the Rangers game. Cause like I used to be able to go behind home plate and for like $100, like sit there, get a great view of the game and get access to like a really nice restaurant at Globe Life. Like eat for free, like get beer handed to me for free. Like I'm like, dude, I'm eating my way through this ticket, taking a couple laps around the stadium before I go back home. But
I gotta ask that. I gotta ask you. So when you say behind home plate, obviously there's that little lower bowl.
Not that stupid ass.
Okay, because like even wow, man, the poll ads really be cheaping out because even that lower bowl is still expensive, and that's the only part where you get like that that food and the beer comped. You don't get that where I'm at. You get your own. We get our own like private little we get like own concession and all that stuff that we can go to. So it's separated, it's heated. You can get away from stuff. It has multiple bathrooms and stuff. You don't have to go up to the concourse. But like, if I wanted to get what you wanted, that would have been like $250 and all this extra nonsense. And like,
there's no way that those seats are less than $150 now because they
after they won the World
Series. But like, I was there for like Grayson Rodriguez's debut. Like, awesome view of that. There's no way that you can do that anymore. But whenever I sat in the Pirates version of that, my dad took me to a game. I went back home like last year or something. Man, it was just not the same. Like we had like there's a nice little like all you can eat before you get into the game, which was like, not bad. It wasn't bad. But like when you're at the game, like they're handing out like mini plastic cups of Swedish fish. Bro, we are
Globe Life?
No, this is at PNC.
Oh, I was like, wait, what?
No, dude. Like, we are grown men paying good money to sit behind, like sit in good seats to watch a baseball game, and you offer me Swedish fish? Do I look like a 5-year-old? Meanwhile, I love my dad. Give me something. He took like 3.
It's like, oh, they're not getting him. Can I take his? Like, he's not getting him either. Can I take his? Like, can we
live your best life, dude. Live your best life. But
they're just ahead of the curve, man.
Like,
Nothing.
they give you like the little airplane. They give you like an airplane little baggy size of chips and like a small little Coke and be like, here you go, comp meal.
That's basically what it is.
Man, they're just ahead of the curve, man. You thought it was burger or dog plus beer at the ballpark? No, man, Swedish fish every time. That's the new meta.
It just blew my mind.
Change. Yeah, see, I'm with Run Good Rick. The Swedish fish hate is a hot take. I agree.
I mean,
it's not what you want to be handed at a ballpark, but the fact that they're handing you anything's pretty hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, like, we could have the candy. We'll have a candy episode later, but it's more so just like the principle of I paid good money for these seats, and you have the audacity to hand me gummy candy. Give me a fucking beer. Like, come on.
Oh, fair enough. Plenty of GMs hanging out in the chat. Some subs, some GMs. What's good? What's good? Good luck to everybody in the daytime diamond currently. No Edward Olivares, no cash. Is that where we're trending right now?
I mean, you might even be able to throw Martin Perez in that conversation there, buddy. I mean, eight strong, should have had 20 points, but didn't get the dub, unfortunately, thanks to Bednar, who he's hitting the IL ASAP. I'll tell you that. He's definitely
there's an IL. It's probably already happened.
Just
waiting to report.
Yeah, do us a favor, hit that like button. And Sam Olsen, man, the GOAT in here. I saw him take down the puck streets last night. Everybody's shifting over to MLB, and he's still grinding the puck streets.
He won the late night, the Diamond After Dark too.
Oh my god!
First and second with the Padres comeback, which is awesome, by the way.
Comeback from they were down 8-0, comeback, score 9 runs. Unbelievable.
I remember. I vividly remember last year when Sam Olsen was on a vacation, and I actually did well. It was great. It was fantastic. He was gone for like 2 weeks, and all of a sudden I get into a draft at like 4 p.m. or something like that, and all of a sudden I see Sam. I'm like, it's over. It's absolutely over. It is done with.
Finished.
And I can only imagine him coming up here with Masters Week and some beefy daily prize pools up there too for the PGA boys. So the fact that he plays every sport and seemingly maxes every contest, but is hand building them. I'm just like, I mean, just Mount Rushmore all the time.
Reason.
Sam, crazy.
But to answer his question, yes, Chip will be on a stream tonight. I'll try and drop by. I got to play some puck. But Nez is going to be running that bad boy, and they're going to be doing some dance stuff together. Deposit Kingdom Royalty joining up. Yeah, Sam is all of our hero there. And if you want to, Kenny asking how you join up. It's kind of a pain in the ass on mobile. I'm not going to lie. But there is just a join button adjacent to the subscribe button on desktop that you can go ahead and click when watching the videos.
I did just post a comment that is a link. I don't know how well it works on mobile, but there's a link in the comments to join the memberships as well. It's only $2.50 a month, guys. It's really not that big of a deal. All right, you get so much. It's $5 a month. It's nothing.
There's a sale right now. Yeah, Playoff Basketball GOAT. That's why he's going to be joining. That's why Chip's going to be joining Nez later. And this is definitely true. It's it's the MVP season for our guy Tyler O'Neill, who homered again today. That's 6 home runs, 6 solo shots. So just wait until somebody decides to get on base for the guy. Holy, he's many are calling him the poor man's Mike Trout at this pace. Neumy doing work while he's sitting here gifting out another BadgeBros membership. Love to see it. Thank you. Let's dive into this hoop slate. I got to be entirely honest. I was doing baseball all morning, so I've yet to draft this, but I did do a fair bit of research to get back into hoops mode, mainly for these 2 big ones for today and tomorrow. And my biggest takeaway so far is there are a couple teams with absolutely nothing to play for And then there are a couple teams soft tanking. And then there are a couple of teams that have the biggest game of their year tomorrow night. So I don't know what that means for people, what that means mentally, but I'm thinking that Milwaukee and Orlando tonight are more focused on tomorrow than tonight. And then I think Denver and Minnesota are more focused on tomorrow than tonight. Are these fair assumptions?
Well, let me just like pose it to you here.
Okay.
Because I go in the app, I go in the rankings, and like I sort of have an idea of like who's eliminated from playoff contention, but like I'm not dialed in on seedings and whatnot. So can you like explain who you think is like motivationless tonight?
I think Boston's motivationless because they can't go up or down, and they already ruled out Horford and Zinger. I think they're motivationless. I think it's a big Tillman game. I think Milwaukee's motivationless, and Giannis's hamstring is actually bad, and they've talked about limiting his minutes and stuff. And tomorrow night they have the game of the year or the game of their year versus Orlando to lock up that 2 versus 3 spot. So I think
a win tonight kind of help with that or no?
Not really.
Tonight's game is meaningless to that seeding.
Kind of, yeah. Like it matters, but it like the head to head is what really matters. And then and then the same is true of Minnesota and Denver. But Minnesota hasn't ruled anybody out, and Denver just ruled out Gordon. So
I guess the fact that Boston Milwaukee game is on TNT maybe helps.
Yeah, for sure. Good shout.
Yeah, I was thinking too, I mean, just to kind of sort of pivot, like the Rockets being like out of the playoffs. I'm wondering what that kind of does, but I don't think that they're gonna like change their play style or try to lose or anything, because that's a young team that's like trying to get off on the trying to end the season on the right note. Against a good Orlando team.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you there. I think the Kings have a lot to play for because the Kings are flirting with that backside of the Western Conference there. I think OKC and Sacramento should be like prioritized a little bit, in my opinion, just in terms of like the game conditions there. And then San Antonio and Memphis, like low key, just because it's going to be one of the tighter spreads and Memphis has nobody tonight. It just kind of feels like they both just play for everything. So like, because it doesn't matter, right? Like they just play for everything. And then the Toronto one, Toronto's been quiet quitting for a long time. And they've been like, they went on a 14 or 15 game slide there. But now they kind of have that pick protected. And they're kind of incentivized to just be like, okay, we can go full minutes with like point RJ. So that's kind of like my macro thought process. Atlanta
not on the main slate, but Golden State and Lakers. That's a pretty damn big one, right? Like they're both trying to see who can lose to Denver, right?
Yeah, basically, yeah. Yeah, so that's a big one for the after dark stuff there as well. Yeah, that was kind of like my macro like lay of the land that I was thinking through. Miami's very interesting because they're going to have to decide between kind of like tonight and tomorrow with some injury report stuff there as well. And Duncan Robinson's down for a while. So they have Dallas tomorrow. So, if you're looking for the spot that you play Terry Rozier, it's probably, oh shoot, I'm on the wrong one. They have Dallas tomorrow. So they go home and they get Dallas traveling from Charlotte to Miami to play them tomorrow for a nationally televised game. So if you're looking for your game that like they play everybody, I think it's that one opposed to tonight. So anyways,
you think Rozier sits tonight?
That's kind of the way in which I'm leaning.
Oh, well, I guess, yeah, because sorry, I forgot we got the news that he didn't participate in shoot around. Yeah, it's Atlanta, so like they kind of have the upper hand even without him. Okay. Yeah, no, I was wondering why. I'm like, wait, why did I not take Rozier against the Hawks today? And then I remembered that I was rolling him out.
It's also the hero thing too. So like Hero's going to be back. We don't know how those rotations are going to go, that sort of thing too. So that was just kind of like my macro notes on everything I read for. So I don't know, in short form. Yeah. And then Philadelphia. Philadelphia is also in a weird situation because everyone has a Q tag and we don't trust Philadelphia.
Yeah, but I will say though, I mean, like the spread tells me like Embiid is playing.
Yeah, that's a good shout. 15.5 on that spread. So,
but there's so many big spreads though. I mean, just in general, it makes it for like it makes for tough calls, but it also kind of like makes it a wash as well. You know, it's like, well, everybody's in like a fucked up spot, so let's just just not make adjustments really anywhere. Yeah, this is a fun slate, man. Shout out to the good people at Underdog for making this a shorter slate without the late games. I think that was definitely a good call. I mean, there's just already so many games.
Yeah, we'd go from like 11 to 14 and it like does not matter, and it'll make for a good dad slate because you won't be drafting the same teams you've already drafted. So
yeah,
those are Neumy, we're talking
teams.
about you, okay?
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm over here just I'm over here just like, oh my goodness, like I don't know if 100K can even do it, even with an extra day. Goodness gracious. It's just like there's so much out here to draft on the platform that
you're eyeing the fill rate.
Oh, I mean, constantly, my good sir.
we're almost halfway full, and it's we got 2 hours. You're fine.
That's true. I have to, but then I go and look over that turn Tuesday, and I get a little sad. That's we're gonna have to think about that one. But yeah, this hoop slate, I can't even like when it comes to strategy, it's like I'm not even kidding you. It's Chip's image of okay, so pick the best players. Got it. Like
I know,
but with that being said, I'm looking at chat, and I'm looking like at everything, and I'm seeing RJ Barrett should be a top 20 pick. I'm seeing like discussion that's going on from Discord, and I'm like, oh my God, I have not been in tune with hoops for so long. And if on an 11-game hoop streak, RJ Barrett should be a top 20 pick.
I mean,
I don't think I should be talking about anything.
You have to take that with a grain of salt. That's Kiwi Cat, who won like a week ago, so he's still got like that fresh like winning vibration going on, where like you just kind of you have your you got your hand on the pulse, everything, like that fresh victory when you get those takes flowing in your mind. That's the best. That's the best mood to be in.
Well, when you're coming off of Nick just made a burner, and it was just like Nick's just over there just trying to get more ex-Knicks propaganda out there.
When you're coming off a win, you can do no wrong, like just, mentally. But there's a reason RJ Barrett's on the cover today, and it's because of the handling rule. So no IQ. You're playing a pace-up spot with two pace-up teams. Pacers and Raptors there. Pacers, as I'm alluding to, I brought up the standings for a reason here, is because Pacers have something to play for. Just as like we alluded to, Sixers have something to play for. They want to stay out of that play-in tournament, right? So that does look like a game that could be a little more back and forth than like some of the other spreads are alluding to. Like this one, for instance, Nick saying that the Bucks 2.5-point favorites versus Celtics is a little fishy, right? And I tend to agree. I mean, if you're the Celtics, why would you want to show your hand against the Bucks tonight? You got everything all locked up for the postseason. Why would you want to show them how you're going to match up?
So that's why I think Bucks are playing to win. I think that there is a little bit of something there because, like you mentioned, they play the Magic tomorrow. Like a win doesn't hurt. I know the head-to-head is important, but I mean, a win does not hurt. So
of course, of course.
And Celtics ruled out, KP and or KP and Al, which is interesting.
So who do they
Xavier
have?
Tillman sees on.
I was gonna say, is it Xavier Tillman? Is that who they got?
Chip better hope.
My early dance picks are looking real nice in my admin contest. If that's happening.
But yeah, we like RJ tonight. Just to bring that all the way around, we like RJ against the Pacers. But I will say, man, that range that of where RJ goes, there is a give or take 15 players or 5 one direction, 15 in another. That the difference in projection is just it's so tight and like borderline meaningless. So, I mean, love RJ. He's just, he's not somebody that we need to be like catapulting in ranks, in my opinion, but he is somebody that I will have a lot of tonight.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah. Maybe our better way to get through RJ is to attack like his handling props, like attack his like assist props or something of that magnitude. Maybe that's our best way to untap some of this RJ ceiling tonight. Jeff, if you scroll up in the chat, there's a link that we just posted. You can click that one to join up and become a member. $5 a month there. Or if you are watching on desktop, there should be a join button, down here somewhere, right around there. Become a member and you can join up for those 2 extra paywall streams a week. But at this rate, Nez, I mean, we are pumping content. We're doing 2-a-days out here and stuff like that. I mean, you might be getting more than $5 worth of value real shortly.
Like high school football, man, hitting 2-a-days.
Special teams, special players. Special content.
Yeah, I think that's a good kind of just like macro there. Is there anything else you guys would want to add to it just before we look at, spreads, lineups, and guys? This is the other one.
Slate.
It did Wagner get ruled out already?
I think so. I thought I saw that come in.
Yeah, because he actually has an ankle injury, and just as we alluded to, like before, they're focused on tomorrow night. Kind of looking past the Rockets tonight in some capacity, I imagine.
Yeah, I like Paolo. It's just like there's just so many players that we can draft today.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Let's talk about some of those so many players at the top end of draft boards. I am not going to lie, guys. I am very, very tempted to take Wemby 101 tonight. Memphis has nobody. And Memphis has 8 bodies, and they're basically all guys on 10 days, and they have no bigs. They have no JJJ. They have no Santi Aldama. I don't know. These are 2 bad basketball teams that could produce some fantasy goodness tonight. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think projections will tell you that Wemby is the 101.
Okay.
I do worry a little bit about like the ceiling against Memphis, but like whenever he can have 7 blocks, like it doesn't matter. There's also concern about like how much run will Luka get against the Jazz, because the Jazz are also like not a good basketball team. You can say that about all these guys in the first round. So why not take the guy that has legitimate like 10 stock upside? Like let's just take that guy. So Wemby would be my 101.
Okay, I'm in lockstep there. The Luka one's really interesting because we used to think of Charlotte as like track meet team and blah, blah, blah. Since the trade deadline, they have not been that, and they've been anything but. They play really slow, really methodical with Trey Mann and the handling rule and that sort of thing. This is a pace up spot for Charlotte, but pace down for Dallas. Does that matter to you guys at all in terms of getting to Luka, or do you guys, Luka versus Joker versus Giannis kind of debate here?
As far as like who's next, I would say I'm going Jokic next. Just playing ADP from that standpoint. Because if you go Luka over Jokic, you're going to end up with like no Jokic and a ton of Luka as far as I'm aware. So it's just like an ADP thing for me. But otherwise, I think these guys are like neck and neck in projection for me. Okay,
sounds good to me. And then the next tier, guys, what are we thinking? Giannis, we got Embiid still has that Q tag, but the spread kind of indicates that at least him or Maxey, or probably both, given the 15-point will play. I don't know. What do you think? Giannis probable tag, grain of salt every single time because the P is effectively a Q, but it's nice to have seen it move to a P. What do you guys think?
I mean, he's going to play, right? I mean, it seems evident. Now, do I play him over Embiid? I think that's tough. I think that's actually tough because I mean, I don't know. I have him like ranked over Embiid because of the ADPs, but like, man, I think that these two are really, really close because Embiid is just just a fantasy point per minute monster, and it's against Detroit. And even if Embiid only plays like 28 minutes, he can get you like 60 fantasy points in that period of time.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to lean there, Neumy, or you kind of lockstep there as well?
Yeah, I mean, I just worry I honestly have no idea. Again, I led this off with like, I am so out of hoops, but like, I worry if Embiid can even get you, if he's there in the middle of the third quarter, depending score. But again, I just look at that spread and I see what they could do. And granted, he could be a good factor in the reason why they're up 30 points, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I would just lean Giannis, but don't listen to me. The one thing I just want to stick out, I just want to say is this. If you were to take this image and just reverse engineer it to what we do, and we go think about dailies and best ball, and think about best ball when we're, or like, think about daily landscape when you're drafting best ball, and like Nez likes to think about. If you were to take this screenshot and put it in the middle of August when people are drafting the double dribble and scared to death about Wemby, basically, and Wemby's going like, oh, third round Wemby, like you're gonna do all this, and Wemby's the 101 ahead of all of those names, like, yeah. I think that in hindsight, that's just crazy. The whole debate of like all of this stuff and now next year Wemby's going to be a top 4 pick, like hands down, not even question. So just funny. Absolutely. Just funny to see that, and the whole debate this year going to double dribble. And now on April 9th, I am looking at Wemby 101 clear cut. I think, boys, we should put him up there. And I'm just like, wow, I love it. Chef's kiss. Anyway, go ahead with your ranks. That was just awesome.
Wemby is to the double dribble what everybody wanted Bijan Robinson to be to the BBM.
Oh, there's Comp Guy. Strikes again.
Comp Guy's back, baby.
Oh, man.
You bring out the best in me, Neumy.
That's good.
Yeah, Chip was on the right side of history with the Wemby stuff.
We all were.
Yeah, he was all in on that second and third round Wemby. Okay, so I think this is kind of like good. This is like that top 5 tier. I alluded to the fact that I really like Sacramento tonight. I like the fact that game's going to be close. I like the fact that they have to play hard to stay out of the play-in stuff. And I like the fact that Sacramento is way more condensed than they have been in past without Herter and without Monk right now. Give me some Keegan Murray in the 6th round, and then give me a shit ton of this Sabonis and Fox tier here. I will probably move SGA up above the Brunson and the Edwards tier there, but I think I'll take Sabonis over SGA and then Fox behind SGA. What do you guys think?
Yep, that's exactly how I have it right now. Cool. It's Sabonis, then SGA, and anytime that I'm in the 6th, or in at pick 6, it's Sabonis, SGA for me. Like every single time. There's just nobody else that I'd rather take there. The SGA ADP is just like, I mean, these guys, it's a loaded slate, but SGA was like a top 3 pick for most of the season. And now he's coming off this injury and didn't have some good games before that. And now we get him here. And this is just against the Kings, sign me the hell up.
I was reading a little bit of
memory. What was he injured with? Why? How long has he been out with? Like, I see, he hasn't even played in like 3 games. So like,
yeah, I think it's 4.
4. Okay.
I think it was 4, but don't quote me on it. Yeah, I can't actually remember, but I read some quote from the coach before on Twitter that like basically said he would be full and that they want to start ramping up his minutes so that he is full playoff ready because they're going to shorten the rotation in the playoffs.
Yep.
So
gotcha.
I think, traditionally speaking, mid-season SGA coming back after, 3-4 game absence, you'd be like, okay, 30 minutes, 33, 34 on the high side of a competitive game. I think we might just see like 34 out the gate, right?
I could definitely. I mean, yeah, like you said, he could have spent the last 2 or week and a half just full on conditioning, so he's ready to go. So,
Speaking of conditioning, Trae Young's doing the same thing right now. Did you guys see that nugget? Trae looking to be ready for playoff kind of thing. He's been doing the conditioning stuff and then practicing.
Are they in the play-in? I didn't even know the Hawks were about that life.
They're 9th and 10th, them in Chicago. So both of them have something to play for tonight too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nothing like having something to play for to then have that something to play for be there something to play for to then get into the
yeah.
Yo, dog, I heard you like something to play for.
Okay, this next kind of like tier and stuff, clearly pace down spot for the Knicks. I don't know if you can get even more pace down than they normally would be, but versus Chicago there, is there any love for the Chicago and or Knicks side of stuff there for Brunson, or do we like, Ant being huge favorites against Washington, who have already ruled out Kuzma and every big that they possibly could have other than Gill? I think Gill's the last remaining kind of like guy who's going to play the 5 for them tonight. Anything else?
Yeah, I think I'm Ant over Brunson.
Okay.
But like splitting hairs, man.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't want to be like way overweight Ant to Brunson because I don't think it's that much of a gap.
Okay.
But yeah, I like Ant over Brunson tonight just because of the spot is really what it comes down to. But Brunson has the minutes on his side, so.
Okay, sounds good to me. We talked about the Howley spot there. Do you guys like Howley over Tatum, over DeJounte with something to play for, over Paolo with Wagner out? Kyrie, they had a 25-point deficit last time out, came all the way back. He had I think he had 45 points on 20 I think it was like 20 something shots. Where is this one? He had 48 points and I think it was 22 shots or something like that.
Jeez.
Like something insane efficient. I'm going to find that Kyrie line before I butcher it. But yeah, that next tier kind of walk me through it. Okay, I got it now. Versus the Rockets, they came back from 25. He played 45 minutes, scored 48 on 25 shots. 15 of 25 to score 48 points.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was against the Rockets, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's incredible. I'm just looking at his advanced stat line and everything that's going on. Yeah, that's incredible. just seeing everything that he just put up there, goodness gracious. Got to the free throw line, 17 times. Goodness gracious.
Right. Yeah.
Just getting wow. All right. Sorry. That's crazy. I love when you point that out because I'm like, all right, now I got to go see under the hood. Like, what did it look like? But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nezzy, this next tier, who are you liking?
Tatum to start.
Okay. So you are buying into that narrative that both teams are going to play tonight. Both teams are going to play their guys nationally televised. Give me Jason Tatum because he's way better.
Yeah, man. I'm not. I like these are good. This is good info. Like what you're saying. Like it's very. I think it's But I'm not. It's not something that I am letting sway my decisions on these guys. Like I am just trying to keep my head blinders on and just look at these guys, look at their matchups, and try not to let that outside noise let me double count it because we have Jason Tatum at a 14 ADP against the Bucks without KP. Man, this is a spot. This is a spot, and on national telly. I mean, if it wasn't for the ADP game, I would have Tatum probably right neck and neck with Fox,
up here.
Mm-hmm. But
okay,
ADP is what it is, so I'm baking that in, and I have him firmly as pick 11 for me.
Okay, like it. Okay, next little tier here. We think Maxey goes based on the spread. Yes.
Yeah, but he's definitely not my next pick.
Okay, so who are we liking in this next kind of range here?
DeJounte Murray.
Okay, yeah, something to play for. I mean, obviously not the best spot in the world going up against the Heat in terms of pace and or defense, but I think it's probably better with Tyler Hero on the court. In terms of guard flow chart. Yeah, I think it's probably better with Hero.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely doesn't. I don't think it hurts. For sure. So yeah, I like Murray. His role is awesome. And yeah, it's Miami, but Murray has some nice steal upside as well. So he's been next for me. After that, I put Howley.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, they got something to play for, pace up game back and forth. That could be a fun shootout back and forth there.
Yeah, I just hope we get like Halliburton may not eclipse 10 points is like what is like rent free in the back of my head. Yeah, it could be like 14 dimes, 8 points, like 3 assists on like 30 minutes. And it's just like, God, I cannot stand you. But there's also the 50-point upside with Hallie, and the matchup is pristine. So this is for sure Halliburton for me.
Okay, cool. Next kind of tier, let's just rapid fire these guys. Let's rank them out. I got Kyrie, then Paulo, then Dame is what I had before, but I think I might push that Dame stuff down now that we're for sure looking like we're going to get Giannis.
Yeah. For me, man, it would be Paulo then Bam.
Okay, Paulo then Bam, and you're leaving Kyrie kind of down
after this. This is where I would put Kyrie.
Okay. Cool. I like that. Can Rudy Gobert eat tonight? They're 15-point favorites against no other centers.
Yeah. This is going to be ridiculous. Yeah.
Is this Gobert night?
This is Gobert. I mean, like, Lord knows what a ceiling is, but like, God almighty, this is like
non-existent.
This is the safest. No one on the T-Wolves has a ceiling, but this is the safest.
It's like good ball, Nez.
This is the safest 40 points you could ever draft tonight.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, that'll do it
you
sometimes.
Need 40? Do we need 40 on an 11 gamer? Like, I guess maybe again, I'm so out of it, but like, does 40 get you there right there with that 17 ADP?
Potentially.
It's like a bond. You know, these other guys are stocks. Rudy's a bond. You know, he's just nice, safe, guaranteed return. You know, no fluctuation with the market. It's just like, you know what you get. Not financial
you want
advice.
that high yield? You want that high yield shit? That
yeah, he's a high yield savings account.
I love that. That's such a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I guess we're gonna put Maxey here, right? I mean, you can't leave him hanging too far.
Yeah, the question is if Maxey plays, does he move that much higher? If Maxey doesn't play, are you fine with him where he's at because of the swaps?
If he's active, I would put him like maybe ahead of Bam, maybe. Okay. It is interesting. Like, do you think that maybe I'm suffering from recency bias here. Does Maxey play better when Embiid is on the court?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, like that's been like a thing this year.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I know he just had that crazy 70 burger without Embiid, but it's been a thing this year that like his fantasy output has been tethered to Embiid. His highest fantasy output has been tethered to Embiid being on the floor, because we all got excited for that window of time post Embiid where it was like, oh, Maxey's going to run this offense or whatever. And it just didn't happen.
Like once, I think it happened once that we got like Maxey guy you need game. And he was being drafted as though it was like going to, I mean, like he was not a good pick for a while, you know, but you had to take him at where he was going. So it's interesting.
He was getting treated like he was Brunson without Randall.
Yes.
But he was anything but.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. This kind of like next tier and stuff, is Dame just kind of like in a tier of his own that you just tack on to the end here because he's Dame, and then we talk about all the next guys?
The ADP gap speaks for itself. I mean, I know we lost Porzingis there, so that's partly why that gap exists. But the gap speaks for itself. Yeah, he's the Mendoza line there.
Okay, sounds good to me. Jamal expected. This is his first game back or second? Second game back.
Second.
Yeah, so he played 20 last time out. I'm still not comfortable clicking Jamal, even though the Utah flow chart is a little decent for guards, but I probably won't be moving him up because you could have made the debate if he was going to play full to move him up here. I'm starting to think in this range, guys, it's almost RJ Barrett time, in my opinion. But what do you guys think about this kind of like next grouping? Siakam revenge game, Jimmy Butler with potentially without Rozier, but getting Hero back. And then DeMar DeRozan with something to play for in the Garden. No, at home versus Knicks.
As far as guys I would put ahead of RJ, and like this isn't like every single time, but like guys that I would be okay with, like I'm still putting Jalen Green there. Like the projections still are like going to err on the side of caution, but Jalen Green, man, he's a stud. Bridges as well. DeRozan is a tough one. People really like DeRozan tonight. So like giving him respect. And then like Jimmy.
Okay.
And I like Siakam too, but like that game is going to be just, I mean, I guess you could say the same thing with Barrett here. So I guess Barrett and Siakam, little like potential back and forth. So like, that's what I mean. It's really hard to give Barrett this gigantic boost, but like, you know, you got to mix and match here. Cause if you just have static ranks, you know, you're going to get overweight certain guys. And it's just like, and it's not out of good process. It's just out of laziness.
Okay.
I think the key to tonight is to just ducky it.
ADP is good.
I think the key to tonight is just straight up 150 and ducky it and just be like, you know what? Like if everyone's just going to be zigging, I'm just going to zag and I'm just going to be efficient. That's one thing I was wondering. In your you're almost getting everyone else's configured ranks if they have ranks when you do just ADP itself, because you're not just drafting off ADP. Then like sure you're going to get the highest guy, but like each room is different. Each room is dependent on who you get into, who's throwing pieces, and who's has a guy at 3 spots higher, 2 spots. So it's a really interesting thing, especially in terms of like the auto drafting sports, because I was really thinking about it when I was just when I made my own PGA ranks for my admin contest. It's like I wonder if it almost be smart enough to let my coworkers who have these crazy processes that they go through. So, and I know some of them use data golf. I know one uses ETR, like, and has that. What if I just reverse engineered it basically and just said, all right, I'll just get like, I guess the guys in ADP, which were already in market. Like anyway. So it's just been this thing I've been thinking about. And it has to, I mean, obviously Ducky's there, but especially on a big slate like this, I don't know, just
I think the thing that makes today so efficient, Neumy, is like 2 things. One, it's a big slate. So it's all studs. The top 36 are all like first rounders or like second rounders on small slates for the most part.
Yeah.
2, there's not a lot of Q tags that are like throwing wrenches into things where like a Q tag is always going to be undervalued. Always. That is like edge, like 101 in NBA is like gamble on the Q tags. Just do it. Like plug your nose. If you're scared, look yourself in the mirror, be a man, and take the Q tag, because they're undervalued every time that they're there. But we don't have a lot of them on the slate other than Maxey, and even still Maxey's overdrafted, which is like kind of ironic. He gets the Q tag and he's overdrafted at the same time, which is interesting. So I think the fact that we have a bunch of studs that are projectable without Q tag nonsense is why ADP is efficient as it is today. But like when I'm drafting normally in NBA, I'm trying to get in as much as I can before ETR comes out, because like you can predict, I mean, not predict, but like when you look at projections enough, you know who projections are going to like on a given slate. Yeah. Like you just know. And like the people that set ADP just like don't know that. They're like, they're on the clock. It's like, oh, cool. There's a contest out called the layup line, and it's 12 at night. And, you know, like I don't have any pick'ems to make. I might as well hop in a lobby, and like, they're looking at box, like, you know, the people setting ADP are not the people that are winning contests.
Yeah. Cause like Maxey's ADP is like, if he doesn't have a 73 burger in that box score right there, Maxey's ADP is 6 spots lower. Like he just doesn't get drafted that high to start with.
Yeah. Like what if that's a 30? You know?
But yeah, exactly. You see a 30 burger there after a 15 and a 69, but besides you see a 73 and he did a 69 like 2 games before that. It's like, whoa, okay, yep, he's definitely. But if not, he's going behind Irving, Tatum, Murray, Paulo, probably Bam. Like, so it's just funny like how recency bias really is just a part of so much of this. Like, you know what I mean? And it happens at every and it's more glorified in NFL when you see the guy that had. When you see the 2 wide receivers, Devonta Smith has a bigger game than AJ Brown. So all of a sudden, rather than being 5 rounds apart, they're now 2.5 to 1 round apart, and you can barely get them like this. So it's just funny, like that this recency bias and how much it goes into. Long tangent. Yeah. Didn't really go anywhere with it, but continue.
Long tangent. We just mansplained ADP to everybody. All right, back to the show.
Welcome back to the OG BadgeBros. It was better. It's been better when I'm not here. Anyway, continue.
Not true.
Funny. All right, guys. This next kind of like grouping here. I think this is kind of when it opens up and you can start doing some scrolling and you can mix and match. The Cade Q tag is interesting to me, just because when he plays in full. So just taking some Cade here feels good, and if you don't get it, you can just swap to Sass or Ivy. So, I mean, maybe it's too thin, but I think it's definitely something I'd be considering. Avdia and Poole with Kuzma being out. Do we got any love there?
This is one that I'm struggling with. Like I have like such negative bias in my head of Jordan Poole that like I was like kind of like wondering why his ADP is what it was, but now that Kuzma's out, it makes more sense. And like, I just got to give him some respect. I mean, the role that he is on right now, or the role that he has right now, is just different. Right. I mean, like maybe he's not going to be as efficient. Like he's probably running hot as far as like putting the ball in the cup, but like he's playing a ton of minutes and doing a lot.
Yeah.
So, but I'm like, I'm still scared of like I hate when teams play the T-Wolves. Like I'm not excited about that, but the
handling role's undeniable without Tyus and without Kuzma and with him like starting instead of coming off the bench.
Yeah, him and Denny, I think, are not like locks for top 36 though. Like I don't know.
Right.
Like,
sure.
Like,
yep.
Projections will tell you that because of the roles they have and the minutes they're going to get. But like, we're trying to be perfect here, and I don't know that they're necessarily like locks to have in the 6th round. Whenever like everybody in the chat's like begging us to talk about Cade Cunningham. Yes, newsflash: Cade Cunningham is a good 6th round pick, guys. Like we know, we know.
Okay, Cade feels good to me. I alluded to the fact that Keegan Murray feels good as a scroll the F down one. The Jordan Poole one feels fine. Any love for PJ Washington as a revenge game narrative there?
Not on this slate, but like shout out to PJ, man. I mean, every time the Mavericks are on the slate, we gotta pat ourselves on the back for enjoying that move.
Yeah, absolutely. There, J-Dub with the Q tag there. Does that make you interested in any regard for Chet in what seems to be one of the closer pace-up games between contending teams?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I like it. I mean, it's just like a matter of
feeling.
like, I mean, I like J-Dub, but I am concerned about like a minutes limit there. They want to be ready for the playoffs. And like the fact we got SGA rolled in, but no J-Dub yet is definitely like looming in the back of my head.
Right. Yeah, I would definitely agree with you there. Scottie Pippen, I mean, they literally have 8 or 9 bodies, and we just saw Maxey cook against the Spurs, guard flow chart against the Spurs.
Everything flow chart against the Spurs.
That's true, but it does remain strong AF. And if that game plays to the spread and plays to the total as a garbage game, I think you can do worse than Scotty in the 6th here.
Yeah, I mean, GG Jackson as well in that conversation for me.
Very much so, yeah. GG Jackson would be a good shout here. I think it's kind of GG, Scotty, and Jordan Goodwin, and Jordan Goodwin doesn't fill it up to the same capacity that those other two are capable of. So for a 6-game slate, I think it'd just be GG or Scotty for me there. Any love for the other side of that game that is not Wemby, like a little Vassell in the last round here, something like that?
Vassell's kind of fallen out of favor, it seems like.
Yeah.
I mean, or just like the role just hasn't been the same unless I'm just like, is he out?
He's out.
Okay.
That's why. There we go.
He's out for season, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't remember if it was Vassell that was out because I knew Keldon Johnson was out. Yeah. that was a too many multi-sport draft leap moment there.
But Miles Turner, like Nick mentioned in the chat, I think is a good pick. Gary Trent Jr. as well, I think is draftable in this range.
I'd throw Bruce Brown in that too. I think Bruce Brown starts tonight and has a handling role as well.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, Gary's probably a little sexier and maybe Bruce Brown lacks the ceiling, but I'd throw it in there.
It's not a good matchup, but it's interesting that like Nikola Vucevic is now in undrafted territory in main slates.
Yeah. That's crazy. Well, do you think they play double big lineup tonight? Do we see any like Hartenstein overlap with like Precious or something like that? So it forces double big like little Andre Drummond in the sixth.
It wouldn't be a BadgeBros show if it wasn't John Wish casting the
Come
Andre
on,
Drummond
baby.
double big lineup.
Come on.
On an
Knicks play
11
big.
game slate.
Knicks play big, dude.
On an 11 gamer?
Dude, look at this. 32, 38, 33 in
Dude.
only 20, 24 minutes. What if
Why
they
is it-
overlap?
After we got,
overlap?
I'm not gonna lie, after we got to ADP like 15, this entire thing, I've just been sitting here like, what happened to the game I loved? Like, I just generally don't know what I'm looking at anymore. And I know it's silly season and this always happens, but playoffs needs to get here soon, man. Like, I mean, I can't be talking about GG Jackson and take it seriously. I
Hey, man,
genuinely
put some respect
cannot.
on GG Jackson, would you?
Oh, are we doing this again? Is this Cam Thomas again? Is this happening?
Bro, you blew a gasket over Delano Banton, and now everybody is on Delano Banton notice. So just give your boy some props. I know good garbage when I see it.
Yeah, there you go.
Delano Banton.
No, I don't think Pippin's crazy at all.
My man
kid.
putting out a negative 2.7 EPM this year. Everyone be on notice. Everyone be on notice. He's coming.
How many fantasy points do you get for EPM?
I don't know, but if you keep having that, you're not going to be on a fucking basketball team.
He's on a team, brother. It's called being on the Blazers.
All right. We've gone too far with this. Any other last name you want to shout out to sound smarter? Can we start ripping some drafts here?
Just start ripping, but it's Nas Reed season every season.
Okay. Yeah, I like the Nas Reed shout for sure. And he does feel like he has a little bit of a longer leash in terms of we're going to do crossover here. It does feel like he has a little bit longer of a leash in terms of playing later in the game if that game does get out of hand, does it not?
Oh, dude, he's a like real piece of that team. Like he's in
Right, but my point being, like, they're 15-point favorites. If they fill it up early, he's going to stay on the court longer than Gobert and or Ant will. So he's
Probably.
like he's not blowout proof, but at least he has like a little more run. Is all I'm suggesting.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I think it's fair to say.
Okay,
Luka Garza season.
Luka Garza season, indeed.
He's such a Timberwolf. I don't know how to explain it, but like he was born to put on
Team
that
loves
Minnesota
him.
jersey.
Locker room loves him so much. He might be the biggest vibes, right? Like he signed like a contract.
Luka Garza is vibes.
Yeah, big vibes.
Luka
Big
Garza
vibes
has aura.
in that locker room, dude. Big vibes for the boys.
I never would have
man.
thought.
Neither would I, but yeah, apparently locker room fucking loves. Like Ant loves him.
They probably pick on him, and I think that's why they love him. He seems like the guy that gets. He seems like a guy that gets picked on and easily agitated, and that's why they love him because they can just get him riled up. Luka Garza seems like the kid that would like get mad at recess. He just has that
Ooh.
face.
Speaking of T-Wolves,
Yeah,
Carl
you
Anthony
get that cat
Towns cleared for
notification.
full contact. Hey,
Mm,
let's go. That's fun.
that's good. That's big.
Fun stuff.
Yeah, we'll have to save that nugget for the dance stream tonight.
Yeah, very much so. Anyone else, Nez, at the back end there? Miles Turner, Brandon Miller. I'm looking at any love for Hart or DiVincenzo anymore.
DiVincenzo is projecting as somebody that deserves consideration in the six. That's like
Okay.
all I can say. Like, am I getting there? No, because I hate that matchup. But like, Lord knows that this is going to end up getting home because that's what happens. You see two ugly sluggy teams, and they get there because that's what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Sabonis and SGA, as we alluded to from the 6 hole.
Yeah, if you want to build all the teams I've built today,
Perfect. Sounds great to me.
hand in hands, chopping that top prize.
Great stuff. We'll tack on Chet and Keegan Murray in the 5-6, and we will be playing this game as an onslaught.
What do we get? What's 15K divided by 2? 7.5K each. There we go. You and me.
15 divided by 2.
Quick maths.
Nailed it.
Quick maths.
Oh, brilliant.
Chop it up.
Nez, I know you get a lot of sketch like stuff curated to your timeline. Did you see the one about him talking about like it was like, I'm a shark. He goes, I'm in the deep sea. I'm swimming, and I forget how he goes, but he goes, you're in the kiddie pool.
Yeah. He's the man.
Literally, and all of a sudden, like the people on there like go, whoa, and he's just like, oh, Tuesday. He just like calls a quick audible. It was just the greatest thing in the world.
He's got some great quotes, man. That's the thing that sticks, is that like I'm not gonna like tune into his streams, you know, but like I think I've already seen every highlight of him like via my TikTok.
He has more one-liners than Friends. He has more one-liners than the show Friends has one-liners, bro. It's incredible. The dude is it's incredible.
I love
it.
I wouldn't know the Friends thing, but I believe.
Well, that's just like that's what Friends was kind of known for. Is like people like if you don't really like Friends, people just goes, oh, it's only there for like a one-liner and then a laugh box, and then you get a fake laugh.
But. Bam and Dame, we kind of agreed was an end of a tier.
Yeah, Bam for sure.
Okay. Can you sell me anyone else over Dame here now that we project Giannis in? Someone in the chat said that line that was 2.5 has now moved to 3 and 3.5 other places. They're really thinking the Celtics wave the white flag and that these two play tonight.
I mean, I'm gonna like. I don't think that's what that indicates. I mean,
okay.
we're talking 3 points. Dame is fine here, but like,
yeah, but we're also talking a
white
team
flag. It's a 3-point spread, dude. Against the fully healthy Bucks.
No. You guys are thinking about this wrong. The Bucks just lost to the Wizards, the Grizz, and the Raptors. Like they haven't been good.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
So how does 3 points equal a white flag?
Because they shouldn't be favorites over the Celtics if Giannis had one leg. Like, or I mean, if Jason Tatum had one leg, I don't know. It seems so fishy to me.
Maybe you should get rich, man, and hit some Bucks alt lines. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I think that like the Celtics are that good. They're that good that like they can half-ass their way into like beating the Bucks, because all those things that you just mentioned, the Bucks are atrocious as far as like winning basketball games goes. But they're
3.5-point favorites. How does that make sense?
You
just made my point for me by saying that the Celtics can half-ass their way to beating them.
But like you are saying that like that spread should be larger. So hit the alt spread.
No, I'm not saying the spread should be larger. I'm just saying it's so fishy.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's fine. Like they got problems, but
yeah, I guess.
I'm not drafting them in the dance though. You can't make me.
The Bucks or the Celtics?
No Bucks. Absolutely no Bucks. You cannot make me draft the Bucks.
Yeah. Even Giannis at 3 or 4?
I guess.
Like, who would you push above
at 4?
them?
Who do they aim to play?
They're number 2. They're number 2, maybe number 3. I don't think they can fall farther than 3.
Because I agree with that. I just think that, like, besides Boston, like, who else is there? Like, it's the Bucks.
We got 2 picks to make here. Whom are we scrolling to? Scottie Pippen Jr. is my vote for one of them.
Over all these names?
Oh, yeah, dude. We are scrolling.
Fuck it. Scottie Pippen Jr. and Andre Drummond. End it. Shut down the stream. The whole thing's on fire.
Yeah, you draft Andre Drummond and this draft gets... Sorry, information about your Tuesday tip-off draft. Okay.
Who do you guys like? Jalen Johnson, Chet, Poole.
Here's one. J-Dub sits, Josh Giddey.
I'd rather do Chet than Giddey.
You thought you wanted to onslaught this game, bud.
Then do Chet.
Fine.
Like, well, I don't know. Giddey just sucks. I just don't like Giddey.
Oh,
Giddey's
dude.
Giddey's been nice the last like month or so, but like I just not a Giddey guy at all.
And that's totally fair, right? I'm not trying to defend the moral character of Josh Giddey, but Josh Giddey is hooping right now. He's hooping.
But do you know why he's hooping? Because of the handling rule. Because J-Dub and SGA aren't there, and now he's forced to play off ball with those two coming, or with one of them coming back for sure.
You're probably
like
right.
the assists just go away.
You're probably right.
I think his ADP is a Fugazi right now.
Fugazi.
I mean, yeah, he's like, he doesn't project too far off our boy GG Jackson, so
okay.
Our boy
GG Jackson, who's going undrafted and absolutely varied.
I just think it's so funny that like Neumy2's mad that I like GG Jackson. Like the Grizzlies are going to be good like next season. They are going to be very, very good. Very good. And it's partly because of these scrubs that are like playing right now. Like these scrubs are going to turn into like good role players.
Higher, lower. Grizzlies finish in the Western Conference next season.
Fucking
5.5.
Are you in drugs? Brody, give me a 10.5. I'm going fucking lower. The Grizzlies are. Oh my god.
No,
you're hilarious.
JJJ, Bane, Ja. Then this new emergence of GG Jackson. Scottie Pippen Jr. is on the team all year instead of doing the G League back and forth crap.
This new emergence of a dude that is a negative 0.7 EPM that shoots 30% from the midfield.
You can't look. No. You can't look at EPM for a team that's been cratering all year.
Okay, let me look at it. Let me look at his individual stat lines, which show me nothing that this guy is going to be
playing off the bench. He's been playing off the bench. This is a talent evaluation versus looking at stats.
Okay, so hold on, just real quick. You said that. So you're telling me that in the Western Conference, you have them finishing higher.
No, I set the line. I didn't say where I had them. I set the line. And maybe 5.5 was aggressive, but we make it 7.5.
Insanely aggressive.
Okay, make it 7.5 then.
Okay. Lower.
Nez?
I would say they finish as a 6 seed.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I think they could actually be good, but it's hinging upon what happens with Ja. But like, dude, they were the number one team in the Western Conference 2 years ago, and they've gotten.
And the Western Conference has gotten
better,
a lot better, and they have not.
I think they've gotten better on paper.
They kind of. I mean, they lost Dylan Brooks, which like actually
Denver Nuggets, Minnesota Timberwolves, and Oklahoma City Thunder. There's 3. Okay, Los Angeles Clippers, New Orleans Pelicans, who everyone thinks is good. There's 5.
The Pelicans are.
There's 5. All right. Then we want to. Then let's bring up the Phoenix Suns, the Sacramento Kings.
The Suns Suns are like on the way out.
Yeah, they're blowing up the Suns. And
I'm looking at these teams right now. Like, I'm sorry, but I'd rather.
We forgot Marcus Smart Houston. Too.
Oh, darn.
Dude, we forgot Marcus Smart.
Dude, come on, man. That's a good team.
He's like one of the best defending guards in the league.
I mean, like, of course, like the West is good. Like, yes, point made. It is understood, but like, dude,
hear me out. What if the Grizzlies need their 3 All-Stars to be healthy and good? Like, that's the argument right now. It's like they literally have 3 All-Stars on their team. It's just they haven't been healthy at all.
Who's the 3 All-Stars? It's fucking Ja and JJJ. Who am I missing?
Desmond Bane?
T-Rex arms? Congrats. You got an old All-Star. He's not going to be an All-Star continuing going forward.
I don't know.
Like, where do you get off with your team is the Timberwolves and like you're talking so much shit on the Grizzlies when like Like who's
I'm talking
doing
shit at the 5.5 and 7.5 line that were set, as if there's not fucking 7 better teams right now that are probably going to get better and going to have other teams go and get better.
Okay. Let's make this pick. Let's make this slate.
Okay.
Maxey, Lillard, Green. I started the same way as last time. Should we should we buy into the projections on DeMar or never stick to the guns of never DeMar?
Man, what am I missing with DeMar?
I don't know. The fact that they're just trying to host a play-in game. I don't know.
Yeah, this is tough, man. I think maybe Dame, but like we didn't talk about Miles.
Fuck it.
Oh,
RJ Barrett it is. God. Let's go. Scroll, boys. Dare to be different.
Wow.
You guys, you're not going to decide for me? I'm going to decide. RJ at 19. Point RJ Knight.
That's fine.
He's got the handling rule.
We didn't talk about like Miles Bridges at all, but like probably a decent spot against the Mavs.
Yeah, it's pace up for them, which is kind of shocking to say. I guess.
He's gonna play 39 minutes, right?
Yep.
Yeah, like this range is just like really, really tough.
Yeah, it is. That's why we just flipped the board with it.
Yeah.
What's Bridges been doing? Like, what have you done for me lately? Because he had a huge tick down when it was, still like he plays all the minutes in the world, but he's just like, he's off ball so much now that they've got Trey Mann with the handling rule.
Well, yes, but like if you could expand past that Portland game, there's like some 50s in there.
Okay. That's fair.
So it's like I can't get this dude right, and I think maybe Dallas isn't the awesome spot that like I was that I keep wanting it to be after the trades, and just keep like wish casting it, but I mean the minutes are there.
Yeah, I think Bridges has changed since that like trade deadline spot with Mann and Micic, right?
Probably a big part of it, yeah.
Yeah. Because like Rozier was a really big handler and a big pick and roll guy. And when Rozier was there, when were we drafting Miles Bridges inside the top like 20? Basically never when Rozier was there, right? And then he went away and they didn't acquire handling yet. And we were treating Bridges and Miller as like every draft guys. And then now they have these other two guards that run both the first and second unit, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're just such a shitty team. It's like I don't even want to think about it.
All right. Should we? Okay, I'm not touching Jamal. I don't think he plays enough minutes. Kelly O could cook in that spot. I think Cade is one of them, and then maybe Poole or Gigi Jackson, Pippen again.
You don't want to do JB?
Who's JB? Oh, Jalen. I guess. Let's do Poole. Let's do something more fun. I don't know. You like JB more than Poole?
JB is Jordan Poole in disguise.
Okay, fine. You sold me.
He like it's so when you need any other Celtic to do something and Jaylen Brown's on the court, like there's no chance anybody's taking a shot other than Jaylen Brown. Like it's his
true.
Ball and it's his shot. So when you're watching that game on TNT tonight, just remember.
And he sure as fuck ain't going left. That's for sure.
Hell no.
Hell no. Oh,
thank me later.
All right. Well, we just wasted $60 on a bunch of dusty players. So
oh yeah, this is a crossover, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
Thank you for your service.
Damn right. I'm out here paying the rake for you guys to make entertaining content. I like this team. Nobody's flipping the board with RJ. Maxey's playing today. Cade, I don't know. If Maxey plays, Cade plays, right?
Yeah. I mean, the thing that's if you have to swap Maxey, it's not even the end of the world with how deep the pool is today.
Yeah.
Because like if Maxey sits and like maybe Tobias sits, then like Kelly Oubre, come on down.
Good shout. Yeah. But they all had the Q tags too. I was looking at Sixers before. Okay, last basketball note. I was looking at Sixers before. Melton's got the Q tag. He's not going to play today, but he got upgraded. So, like, just for your guys' dances, like, Melton definitely in play there. And then the other one that I was shocked by recently is... Who was I looking at? Ricky Council. He was playing like 22 minutes. I saw that and I was like, what the hell is going on here? But I guess that was a game where other guys sat. But like,
I don't think
what are they going to
played there?
Yeah, what are they going to do for a playoff roster here? Like, I mean, maybe like you don't draft Melton or Lowry or any of these guys in the dance anyways, but like, I don't know. It's just interesting what the Sixers will do for a playoff roster.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still not like so certain that like Melton is a must-have for Sixers builds, but yeah, I don't know. I like Melton, you know, but like I think it's still I think Jerry's still out on whether or not he's like in draftable dance territory for us.
Yeah, like Pitch saying that his favorite is Oubre in the 10th right now.
See, makes like sense. I think Oubre over Melton.
Okay.
Even though like Oubre is like more 6-man, but like I just think the ceiling is just there so much more than it is with Melton. And over the course of a series.
Okay. All right. Let's turn the page. Let's do a little baseball now. We walked through this slate yesterday. I think Neumy2's got to dip out on us. So Neumy, any parting words for the people? I think he's got to race off and bet some Grizzlies higher futures immediately before those lines shift. People get wind of this content.
Exactly. Yeah. Appreciate you guys having me hop on. Unfortunately, I gotta hop off as soon as we start talking about God's game. That was unfortunate timing, but yeah, pumped for tomorrow. Again, for just to hammer it home tomorrow, 100K rake free contest to T-Box. Gonna be pumped. Did not know he was coming on and off the clock. Totally forgot. So gonna be awesome to see little Pete and T-Box crossover there. Yeah, can't be more pumped about that and having that branded for you guys and having that out there. So be pumped for that. It'll be out tonight once everything's up. But yeah, everyone have a great rest of the day. Keep drafting. Love y'all. Peace.
Thanks, Neumy.
Love it. 100K for the hoops tomorrow. Here we go. All right, Nez, you got me?
Yep, you ready?
Yeah, baseball time. Yes, Easy's stoked for baseball. GG's to Neumy. All we love when he can join. Give us some of his time there. We walked through this slate. There's no Nez takes today. We walked through this slate yesterday. So not much has changed in terms of teams matching up against one another and what parks they're in. We're all on the same playing field with that right now. Obviously, just the pitching matchups and some of the lineup considerations have shifted around a little bit. First one my eyes are drawn to there is we have who the fuck is this Sosa guy hitting third for the White Sox? I don't know him.
You don't know Lennon?
No, Lennon, Sosa, and Corey Lee catching. Paul DeYoung, Kevin Pillar. Holy shit, is it Logan Allen Day?
Vladimir Lennon. Yeah, well, I don't think this is on our slate, so you don't have to worry about it.
I was just about to say, I was like, oh my goodness there. That's wild, though. Huh. Anyways, yeah, pretty crazy, man. Holy. Yeah, Sammy Sosa right in the middle of that lineup. Nez, let's start with weather. I think there was concerns earlier about the Reds game. Is the Reds game on the main slate? I haven't drafted main slate yet.
No, it is not.
Okay, so no.
I don't think so. At least, no.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no concerns with weather then, by the looks of it. Maybe this Braves game a little bit, but it's 63 degrees, 82% humidity. This is a classic Roth triple condom yellow flag right now.
Yeah, man. I'm not fading Atlanta today.
No,
or the
absolutely
Mets
not.
for that matter.
Yeah, absolutely not. Yeah, they get the Ronaldo Lopez there. Okay, cool. Beautiful. Let's talk in terms of ADPs and stacks. Obviously, we have a game at Coors again there. Coors, yet again, undefeated. Coors is undefeated at falling flat on its face thus far this season, Nez. Is tonight the night that it changes? We have good Canadian kid Cal Quantrill on the mound for the Rockies. There, he is a right-handed pitcher, so people not going to the lefty killers well to the same extent as yesterday. Should we buy the dip on the Coors guys today? What do you think?
I'm always gonna go for Coors. It's a interesting lineup. No Gurriel and no Marte for the Rockies, so that's sort of a bummer. But we are looking at the Diamondbacks today. Yes, we are. I mean, I'm just always going to. I mean, the Rockies suck, so we're gonna hit these D-backs, and it's probably in our favor that these guys are suppressed in ADP because people aren't itching to take Suarez and Gabby Moreno, who's hitting second.
Yeah,
very exciting.
Nice.
And Christian Walker there being there every time at the 2-3 turn essentially. Man. Corbin Carroll might be my 101 today against Cal Quantrill. He's liable for like 3 doubles. Like he can be a terror in this ballpark. Tailor-made for his skill set with his speed. I wonder what he's at to like hit a triple today. To be honest, I'd be curious if there's anything on that.
Yeah, I really like what you're saying about Corbin Carroll being tailor-made for this ballpark because people forget, like, Coors isn't about home runs. Coors is about scoring runs and the wide open vacancies in the way the ball travels in that ballpark to the corners. It is basically the triple capital of the world. So who better than a guy leading off who's left-handed, who hits for a bit of power, but also has a shit ton of speed there. So love your shout there for Corbin Carroll 101. Other spots that you're differing, like kind of versus the market and versus the obvious, because I think the stacks that are going to pop today are going to be Texas versus Alex Wood. Alex Wood, left-handed, off to kind of a bad start there. No Corey Seager in that lineup as of right now. So, yeah, cool. Yeah, no Corey Seager. Atlanta is always going to pop because they're Atlanta and their ADPs are always going to be high. Arizona because of the Coors stuff, and then Dodgers because of Dodgers. And then AJ Puck hasn't been going so well for the Marlins represented on your cap there. So I think it'd be Yankees as kind of like the next stack up. Anyone else that you think is, better than that, or those are kind of like the chalk ones as we see fit right now?
The Padres are facing the Cubs today.
Yep.
And some dude named Ben Brown is pitching for Chicago.
Okay. Do we know anything about Ben Brown?
I'm going to know a little bit more about Ben Brown in a second here. 24-year-old, 6'6", right-handed pitcher. Numbers are nothing spectacular in the minors. Yeah, I think we should be getting to him. He's an okay prospect, fastball, slider, curveball. But
number 10 prospect in their organization, it says.
Nice. He has made 2 appearances thus far this season. Both have been in relief. Yeah, I think we should get to some Padres today.
Looks like a two pitch guy too.
He's probably it's probably a bullpen day.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that, and I think it is like pseudo opener, not like opener in terms of like a 1 inning guy, but like pseudo opener as in like, hey, young man, just give us some innings.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. So it's interesting because like the Padres, man, like they're just like an odd team right now. Like we haven't really like it would be cool to see them like get hot, but like haven't seen it yet, so it's tough. One guy you didn't queue up there, John.
Yeah,
Jackson Merrill.
Yeah.
Jackson Merrill's going to break out very, very soon.
Okay. Yeah, I think he had his first homer, what was it, 6 or 7 days ago? Something like that. So he's homered once, his first career homer. Yeah, the reason I did it like this is because I wanted to elude the fact that like when you are stacking Slam Diego, as we like to call them, it is so infield heavy.
Mhm.
So they tend to always be like a 4-1 with a premium outfield choice in the first round, but their ADPs are suppressed. And this does kind of feel similar to the spot in which we it didn't work out for us yesterday, but the spot we illuminated yesterday was the Rangers one, where it was like there was a pitching change, people didn't know about it. Everybody was chasing the chalk at the top of boards, and then Rangers started to push up in drafts over the course of the day. This does feel like you're onto something here, where it's a low key spot going overlooked because there's better lineups in better parks in maybe not better versus pitcher situations, but like that's where people's eyes are gravitating towards comparatively. Yeah.
But yeah, Jackson Merrill's hitting the ball pretty hard, and
Okay.
it has some good results thus far to go along with it. I don't think it's possible for him to like move up in the order because it's a pretty solid 1 through 5 there for San Diego, but
Mm-hmm.
he's going to be overlooked. And if you're trying to get Padres stacks, I mean, you don't need to be unique in Padre stacks necessarily
Mm-hmm.
because of the fact that nobody's ever going to get to them very often. But like, you will definitely be unique if you play Jackson Merrill, and he's good.
Yeah, I like the shout, dude. Getting to Padres in general, and if you want to get super contrarian with it,
You know,
mixing in the second outfielder.
what's crazy is like
Mhm.
he chases, but he doesn't whiff. Did you notice that on like that small sample? Like
I did not know.
that's kind of interesting. Like what would you call that? Like Vlad? Like
Vlad-esque,
yeah,
yeah.
let's call this guy Vlad Guerrero right now because
Yeah.
he's
Like guys who swing at pitches in like the shadow zones on like like the ones that they probably should be taking if they're Juan Soto. But yeah,
he's
interesting.
hitting 8th again. We just got the lineup, but little
Okay.
shout there. But like that's an interesting one where like it doesn't feel good, but not a good pitching matchup. And then Joe Musgrove, who has not looked good in any game
Yeah.
dating back to spring training against this Cubs lineup, which is just so good. It's
Hmm.
so good. If you think that Musgrove is still going to slide, the Cubs offer a lot of leverage on this large slate where they are going to be not drafted.
Yeah, that's a good shout there, dude. I mean, look at this 35 plus ADPs. They scored 8 runs yesterday against you, Darvish. So, I mean, if you want to get after it, and there's tons of pop in this lineup, right? Like,
Oh,
there's
dude,
some
littered with
heavy,
it.
yeah, heavy pop, like 1 through 7 ish. Yeah.
Yesterday, that I mean that sample size of 1, that total was 7.5 runs, and it got to 17. Today, it's a total of 8,
Mm.
and the Padres are favored as far as Musgrove K's go. It's like 6.5, depending on where you look. Juiced to the under. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get to Musgrove today. I just don't think it's
Okay.
necessary to get cute at pitcher.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Glasnow, obviously, we put him on the cover in there. He's just in such a good spot against a team that strikes out a shit ton in a ballpark that is nice and big. Glasnow feels like the 101 to me. Where do you go after that, Nez?
SP1 for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, like he's probably like 4th overall for me.
Okay.
I mean, it's tough to separate in big slates. We've talked about this a lot, but anybody that can separate, it's Tyler Glass now. When the
Hmm.
next best pitching options are Wheeler and Eovaldi. And I mean, there's
Gotcha.
better ones down low too who can have fine games, but like this is an awesome Glass now spot against a team that strikes out a good bit.
Who is your favorite of the back end variety of the Scroll DF variety?
Definitely Chris Bassett against your Mariners.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Mariners, another team that's striking out a shit ton. Both them and Minnesota, low-key carbon copies of one another, where they just literally can't get on base and nobody's doing anything other than the occasional home run for JP Crawford.
Yeah, dude, they're struggling big time. I like Kyle Harrison too.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like picking up where Snell probably should have left off yesterday against the Nationals. Nationals scored a shit ton of runs.
Why did that feel so like
Obvious?
Yeah. Like there's just no way that was going to be like a warm welcome. Like it's Blake Snell, man. Welcome to the Blake Snell experience. Like
exactly.
Here's a shitty start.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of Blake Snell, we don't normally do the home league questions, but Delaware Fishing asking offered Bryce Harper and Blake Snell for Mike Trout. I love Michael Nelson Trout, but I think I'm hanging on to Snell and Harper, right?
Sorry, I was admiring that fucking dragon in his picture there. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's huge.
Like a monster pike. Holy crap. Harper and Snell for Trout? I mean, dude, you take Harper and Snell.
Yeah. Yeah, I tend to agree there.
Trout was a great pick, but sell high.
Yeah, okay, fine. Protect the pocket. First time chatting, but big fan of the channel and finished third in the Daytime Diamond. Love to see it. Has the Daytime Diamond ended right now?
I didn't think so. We still have
Maybe it was yesterday.
No,
it's over?
It did.
Uh-oh. Should we in real time? Should we see how I did?
It did. Wow.
All right. In real time, should we see how John did? Oh, it's not in the live tab.
Classic.
Results, early slate. Oh no, we got mopped. That's crazy. Who were the highest scoring players?
I mean, Olivares.
Dude, I had a decent amount of Olivares. Perez,
of
two Baltimore guys, and then 3 one-offs in the outfield. There, that was the second Daytime Diamond 2. Was my highest scoring lineup. Same first 3. Oh, it was just a Baltimore onslaught.
In the first Daytime Diamond, Macon Bacon didn't have Olivares, and neither did Paid. It was a Baltimore
shout out!
onslaught.
There you go. There you go, Paid. Well done, dude.
Nice.
Colton Cowser as the swap instead of Olivares.
Yeah, he had Westberg. So Westberg must have been his flex.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, I break even. Classic.
Devers 0. Oh, well, break even looks a lot better than these numbers here.
It does. It does. Sorry.
Yeah. I just don't know how I did so poorly. I thought I had a lot of. Let's see. All right. Let's see how we.
Jared Triolo lead off.
Let's see how we did so poorly. Oh, there you go. I had 60% Devers. Oh, that's only 22 teams though. 31 teams. 60% Devers, who goes 0 for. That'll do it. That will do it. But Perez was my highest owned there. O'Neal Cruz was pretty up there. Or sorry, O'Neal Cruz. Tyler O'Neill. Yeah, Olivares, we had 9%. You hate to see it, boys.
Fun little slate. Little 2-game, 3-person lobby action. That was fun.
Yeah, that was good. All right. Anyone else on the scroll the F down at pitcher? I like Carlos Rodon, just because I always like Carlos Rodon.
Yeah, that seems like a pretty good play, man. I mean, like this is a Marlins team that is not good. So I think you can do Rodon, but I'm not going to do a lot of Rodon. I will say I'm way interested in Bassett. Unfortunately for your M's, Bassett is just like, he's there every time for me. So I like it. And then I'm going back to the Mets. Well, man, I almost had it. I almost fucking, dude. I had like 2 Nimmo Yordan Alvarez teams and lost money last night. I lost money.
Yeah. He needed the Trout Yordan Ohtani combo.
Yeah, you needed the best players.
Yeah, imagine.
But you know what's going to happen tonight, though, and I'm privy to this, dude. I'm not new to this. Pete Alonso and Francisco Lindor are homering tonight because they were both the death knells in those builds where because like obviously if Nimmo goes off, if Nimmo puts up 30, 40 points, like
he's an accumulator. He's not hitting 2 solo home runs.
That's because Pete Alonso's hitting 12 tanks, and he's just on base for him. Like, what are the fucking odds, man? Just a hilarious game that we play.
Yeah, Alonso has been so bad. It's been tough. But yes, 100%, man. And the epitome of like how hilarious this game is sometimes is like when you look at like some of those top lineups and stuff, and then you juxtapose it to your exposure, and you go, every time I built out Tyler O'Neill, I had it paired with Devers. No wonder I didn't win shit, even though my Tyler O'Neill was 40% and he homered or whatever it is. Just like an isolated example, right? I don't know.
So what do we do?
Like is process or
that's
more one-offs? What do we need?
Like I don't know, man. I'm not going to change it. It's frustrating, but I'm not going to change it, especially when first place is as big as it is. Just got to like stay the course. There's a lot of ups and downs with baseball DFS, but I'm going to stay the course and just wait for that bank to make everything okay again.
Love it. Any names and or stacks you want to mention to sound smart before we move on here?
Maybe the Royals.
Okay.
Christian Javier's been going really well.
Yep.
I think he's got a change up.
Yeah.
Going. It's been helping with his results, but Royals have some sneaky upside that is being overlooked.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. What's let me type in here and see what the highest ADP is. I imagine Bobby Witt goes every draft, but outside of that,
not everyone.
No. 30th. Okay.
Yeah, so Witt, Vinny P action, little Sal.
Okay. Let's have some fun here and scroll the F down. Cycle, Big Fly. I came second in the Big Fly last night.
Oh yeah, congrats.
Oh no, don't congratulate me. It was by like 1 or 2 points, and I had Luis Castillo instead of Jose Rios. And then we had Trout was up with 2 runners on. Nothing happened there. And Ozuna hit one that was a home run in 23 other ballparks, but it was a fly out to end that game, second to last at bat of that game. And I was like, man, this just sums up my season right now.
Yeah, that's rough. God, man, Castillo not getting off to the best of starts to his season. Same with Kirby.
Yeah, man, tough sledding right now for Mariners pitching, and they haven't had like the toughest of matchups either. Really strange. Like Cleveland doesn't strike out a whole lot, but one of them, if not both of them, faced Cleveland. Boston, they're all right, and you face them at home in a good park. And then the Blue Jays. I mean, the Blue Jays they just got no hit against the Astros. And then the other 2 nights, they weren't putting anything up. And they're the guys who get to Castillo last night. So, yeah, a little tough sledding for Mariners in general, let alone Mariners pitching. Do we stick to your guns, Nez, and we do Corbin Carroll off the hop here?
I would.
Let's fucking do it.
Yeah, man. He's like, just seems like, I wonder what his pick'em projection is for fantasy points if they have anything up yet. It's got to be 10 flat.
Yep, probably something like that.
If not, then it's getting hit. I'll tell you that much.
Dave has a king suggesting that stacking the bottom of the order has been doing okay for value. I think it's relative to slate size and which order in which spot we're doing, but in a vacuum, it's like a very viable strategy just to get to the contrarian pieces that nobody else is getting to, especially if it's a little overplayed if it's Coors or if it's Great American Ballpark. But like, Atlanta, for instance, it's been doing very well because Acuna hasn't homered yet. And that's why it's been doing really well. It's because the pop is becoming from Ozuna, basically. Like he's got 5 or 6 home runs now. So if you've been doing the Ozuna down kind of thing, it's been working out. But there's a lot of noise in all of this. And baseball is just one of those games where it's like every single slate, every single day is so different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well said. I'm just staying the course, man, and I'm a chalk donkey, at the end of the day. So like that's why I like these games, because I don't have to overthink too hard about like, who are these like one-off guys, who's like the play you got to jam in or anything. It's just like, just take the best players. How about that? I like that. It makes it easier to get it in.
Yeah, I thought old Raffy Devers was a good play today. Apparently not. Apparently old Corbin Burns can still chalk it.
He needs to hit right-handed. Use the wall.
I don't know, man. He wraps some around that low wall and
Pesky pull.
that pesky pull. Yeah.
Yeah, he does with that. Yeah.
Glasnow, Matt Olson there. I did notice that the Atlanta guys are low-key buried right now, just comparative to what we've seen. Maybe not as far now, but I found it interesting that like, you can get like this Albies and Riley stack every time if you want it.
It is interesting, right? Like,
yeah,
it's right there every single time. It's like people just get like fatigue or something, I don't know.
Yeah, right. It's like, oh, we're doing this again, where we just click Dodgers, Yankees, and Astros and Braves over and over again. Like that's the epitome of everyone's slate. And then one day when you zig and they zag, and it just slaps, right?
Yep. Yeah, these dudes love to bleed the clock. Like Pitch is saying here, no one knows what a plane is.
Yeah.
Never.
Oh, I'm trying to think of some other spots today. I mean, I was very wrong on the Rays yesterday and very wrong in the Daytime Diamond about Jake Berger versus Nestor Cortez and stuff like that. Yeah, anyone else that we could be right on? I will say a little nugget. Sonny Gray is going to be limited in the same capacity that Blake Snell was limited yesterday, so I probably wouldn't be drafting him. It kind of feels like a cap of 3 to 4 innings. 70-ish pitches was the term that I saw. So just a heads up.
Yeah, good shout.
All right, this is coming back to us. We got Corbin Carroll, Jordan Alvarez versus Cole Reagans, lefty. Don't love it.
Yeah,
but
me neither.
It is Jordan Alvarez.
I think I'd go Christian Walker, dude. Like, I know it's boring, but
okay. Do you want to go Christian Walker and then add like Moreno or something like that, or add Jock Peterson?
I do like Jock Pederson. Those guys do feel fun today.
All right, let's do it. Let's do the Jock Daddy in here.
Yeah, then we like I said, we got a lot of pitching to go through. Wonder if Phillies are. I mean, Phillies are just like a good team that isn't getting drafted a lot. That's kind of like sort of the process sometimes for me. It's like matchup be damned, who was good but isn't getting drafted, and Phillies definitely check those boxes today.
Yeah, I would say Slam Diego, Phillies, Rays, and Cubs fit that description today.
Yeah, the Rays, we got a bunch of lefty killers there against Patrick Sandoval. That's fun.
If it wasn't last night, it has to be tonight, right?
It has to be. Did you have Rays last night?
Yeah, a shit ton of Rays.
Yeah.
I basically got smoked in every contest except for the second place in the $100.
But like, what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do?
Know. You good? I want to play those. I want to play my boys.
I guess, you could just draft Jordan and Ohtani. Sure. Like that's always an option, I guess. But like,
what I've noticed, Nez, is like with the scroll the F down mantra, with everything we do on this site, whether it be football, basketball, baseball, or whatever, I have this like fixation that is a detriment, where it's like, it's not enough for me to just scroll like one time and like, that's the piece you need. That's the differentiation piece. It's like, I don't play to win intelligently. I play to win to fucking double birds the whole community. Like I play to be like, yeah, you guys didn't have 4 Rays plus a Jake Berger one-off. Boom. That's the screenshot. And you're going to get 2 a year from me. but they're going to be insane when you get them. And I've really noticed this about myself. It's like I am such a masochist where I would just rather lose every single night with like, yo, yeah, you won with Otani and Trout and Jordan. Haha, congratulations. Wow, you're
Yeah.
so good. Where it's like I would rather just go fucking over with Hitting Harold, you know? Like
You know, it's like it's something that like I had to come to grips with myself, specifically in baseball. Like other sports, I'm mostly aligned with like who other people are going to, but in baseball specifically, I definitely feel like it was a push and pull between like, and obviously I'm not like sacrificing my EV, but maybe I was, because it's like, do I want to be right or do I want to like win? And that that can be translated and or resped as like, do I want to follow projections or do I want to like win by my own brain? And sometimes like that is like the brain is the edge, because that's how you get different, as opposed to like, you know, like you're just always going to have your own wrinkles on your builds, and that will, you know, differentiate yourself against the field naturally. Anyways,
we could do Moreno and Suarez. It's so effing boring.
It is.
Is it the right move though?
No, don't onslaught on today.
Okay.
Michael
Bobby
L. Trout.
Witt. We could just do like
he's on fire, man.
I mean, I know, and he's my guy too.
The Giants lineup just came out. Maybe we can get a cheeky Giants player, because they've got Jonah Dawn in, because we lost another pitcher in Josiah
from the
Gray.
Nationals.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So Jung-Hoo Lee is lead off. Yeah,
we
Lamont
need
Wade,
infield.
Soler, Conforto. We need infield. Oopsie daisy. I mean,
Wade,
Bobby Witt.
off. Yeah, I was staring at Witt as like the one-off.
That'll do it.
Yeah. All right.
Who's catching for the Astros today? Is it Yiner? Does he have a good arm? He's stealing a base. Doesn't matter. Home crowd.
Yeah.
You don't think Bobby Witt wants to steal a base in front of the home crowd? You're
great point.
Come on.
Great point.
Get over it.
Okay, we got 58 minutes. Nez, I'm gonna hop in the big fly on the other screen here. And if it fills, I'm gonna keep ripping it. If it doesn't fill, we can log off and do our own thing to jam at lock.
That works, because I got a lot to get in.
Okay, likewise. Jake McCarthy, that's fun. McCarthy steals bags. McCarthy's gonna go underdrafted in these. Where's he hitting 7th today? Little him and Blaze Anderson stack. Throwing
a little Jace Pederson there too.
Oh, dude, we could do the double Pederson stack.
Who else is French that we could throw in?
Jock and Jace. That just rolls off the tongue. Jock and Jace Pederson.
Who else is like the Canadian? Well, you'd have to put Cal Contral, because he's.
Oh
French.
Yeah,
can't do.
We'd have to stack against ourselves.
Yeah, no shot.
I'm still waiting in the 100 here. This is interesting here. GA saying, so if you won Puck with Connor Garland and Dakota Johnson, would you count even if it's a 2-game slate? I would allow it. Those are some nice scrolls. I would count that. Shout out to Sam Olsen last night for doing that. Though I will just say on the record, I fucking hate Connor Garland and the way he plays hockey. I cannot stand him and his stupid high neck guard and his little spinoramas and his like he's the epitome of like a undersized second baseman whose game was built on hustle, and he overachieved his whole life to get a contract. I've dead ass said this before. I think I'm more talented than he is. And he's in the NHL. Like, I just don't like. I think I can shoot the puck harder and I can dangle better than he can. Like, I just don't think he's good. And he's scoring like 20 goals this season. I'm not a Connor Garland guy. Dakota Johnson's pretty nails, so I'll allow it. I will allow that one. But
that is hilarious, man. That is so funny.
Noah with some meta in the chat here for us. Corbin Carroll only 4 home runs in his last 303 PAs. Interesting one.
Oh, yeah, maybe the rookie cliff hit. Like many people don't realize it's a little bit inverse to NFL.
Yeah.
The rookies sort of tail off there, huh?
Who knows, man? Who knows?
Tie a bow on this team, baby.
There will be no Jack Hughes slander on this program.
Not little Jizzy.
No, not little Jizzy. Okay, we got to make a decision at starting pitcher here. Rotorun is who I wanted to take there. You like Bassett and Kyle Harrison, I mean?
I do like he's gone. It looks like. Oh no, there he is. Yeah, no, I like him today against this depleted Nationals team. Give me Kyle.
All right. Let's do it. That's beautiful. If anybody wants to rip a big fly with me, no love for the Hughes joke. It's because I'm not smart enough to have picked up on that one easy. You're the smart one around here.
Is Jack Giannis level? Or is his brother just like, who's his brother, Quinn?
Oh, yeah, Quinn. Yeah.
Look at me.
Yeah, Jack and Quinn.
Nice.
Yeah, and Luke. Luke's the younger one. Yeah. Interesting. Including spring training, 363. That all changes today. The most infamous moment of Coors last year was when I called the Chris Bryant first home run when he had been 80-something games at Coors Field in his life without doing it. And I was like, tonight is the night. And it was a fucking wall scraper. It was awful. This is big here. Surinder Mali in here. He's saying what's up. He's getting married today and
he's in here.
Still rolls through to say hi to the BadgeBros. Love to see it. Yo, best of luck. Best of luck. Love it.
Congrats. I hope you're not scared. You should be excited.
All right. Still tons to draft. Yes, Neumy, I will get in there right now. Nobody has joined me in the big fly as of yet. But so let's tie a bow on it, Nez. Let you get on the clock here. Best of luck to everybody tonight. MLB streets, NBA streets. Very exciting contest coming tomorrow. Another 100K up top. 100 days smoke free equals 100K break free. We will be joined by the legend T-Box tomorrow, Corey. That'll be great. And any other parting words, Nez?
No, I'll see you in these lobbies up until lock. I will tell you that much.
Likewise, one more for the big fly if you guys want to help me defend my second place crown.
Take it from him. Take it from him.
Take it indeed. All right. We will be back tomorrow. Oh, Nez will be back tonight, of course. Chipsy and the dance.
Duh. Sorry. I'm distracted.
9 p.m. Eastern this evening, alongside Chipsy making his long-awaited stream debut, Deposit Kingdom Royalty. If you are not a member on the channel, go click that join somewhere around there. $5 a month gives you access to multiple streams a week, including that one this evening with Nez and Chipsy, and hopefully I can pop by for a moment or two before I get on the ice. Other than that, Nez, we good?
We're good.
All right. Everybody's favorite time of the show. The end. Best of luck tonight. Peace.